Welcome to Scotland. Today, on a very typical Scottish day. Wait a second. No, we're still in Kefalonia. But the weather just went stormy today all of a sudden, so we got a nice wet day. And we're going to explore some more abandoned villages. This one is sort of semi-abandoned. There are some old houses and there are some new houses built right next to them. So I can't quite pronounce the name. Drakopoulata. I'll have to look that up. I'll put it here somewhere. But some huge houses here, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get to them. But let's take a look. It feels a lot stranger to be looking at these old houses when other people who live here are just right next door, because you're probably in their old house or their old family house, so it feels a little stranger than other places. Like in Farsi, you're away from everybody and there's nobody up there, so you just feel like you can walk around. But here you feel like you're kind of poking your nose in somebody's house, so something to think about. Maybe they don't mind, they probably don't mind. I'm sure they understand tourism and all that. Well, as always, great views down the valley and the mountains. Two stories. We've seen these before. Sort of square storage areas, I think they are. Okay, these are huge buildings. This weather is unbelievable. You wouldn't expect it in Greece in the summer. Grey skies. But Kefalonian is in the Ionian side of Greece, so the Ionian Sea side of Greece, so you're probably going to get slightly damper weather than, for example, the islands in the Aegean. Well, here we go. Very well preserved oven here. Very, very well preserved. I mean, that's immaculate. I wonder if you can see it. But I mean, that might be exactly, that might be almost exactly as it was. Like when people used it. The front and everything is still built up. Perfectly square. This definitely might be one of the most well preserved ones I've seen. So there was a torrential downpour earlier, and I even got an alert on my phone screaming about storms and stuff like that. So yeah, I think there's going to be a big storm today. and so I'm kind of not going to stay here very long, I don't think. Just get a quick look around. Try not to destroy my camera. That's a nice building. Yes! That's of course one of the downsides to rain in a place where it doesn't rain very much, is things get very slippy. Ooh, nice little entry here. Nice little stairs. Oh, look at that little seating area. I guess to sit outside, that is nice. And like I said, there you go. There's somebody's house right there. So it feels a little funny sometimes to come into these buildings when you're right beside somebody's house, but oh well. Much the same as other houses we've seen. We've got the beams to the ceiling, the shuttered windows, wooden shuttered windows. If you can imagine opening that when it's sunny to the amazing views, saying hello to your neighbours. Fabulous. It's a lady over there hanging out her washing. She's wondering why I'm talking to myself, no doubt. Wow, another one of these perfectly preserved ovens. Look at that. Perfect. Like you can just see. You can actually see how this one's constructed, just flat stones along the top. Those little shelves we've seen elsewhere. This little water exit thing. Oh dear me, it's wet. Yeah, okay. This really does feel like Scotland. It is bucketing down, and I'm getting drowned here, so I might be calling this a day really soon. It looks like there's an old olive oil press over here. Let's take a quick look at that. You can see the old machinery. So I guess that's how they made olive oil in the old days. Further up that road there, I believe there's a lot more houses. I'm getting so drowned here, I'm not really sure how much I want to do this. It's not what you expect in your sun holiday. course, stairs are simply a stream for the river, stream for the water. Here we go. Ooh. Back door there with a nice step. Not much left in here. Just some kind of a mill wheel, or I think it would be with this circle. Oh boy. Let's go down here. Let's hope I don't slip too many times today. Whoa. Just like clockwork. Almost went down. Oh yeah, here we go. It's going to be a real test of my camera to see whether it can hold up to this. But let's take a look in here. This could be somebody's shed, somebody's house. Wow, that floor is not in good shape, but it looks cool. So we've got some houses along there. We've got some stairs going up there. There's some more houses. Let's see how we can do this. I go over there. Ooh. If I could get 30 minutes with no rain, I'd be good. Door's closed. First well of the day. Given how big this area is, you would assume that maybe this is the town well for everybody. And of course there's water in it. Hello! You can see the grooves from where the ropes would have been used to pull up the buckets of water. Ah, this is great. This is very nice. Ah, another well there. Yeah, I still don't know whether people had their own individual wells or whether they had their own individual wells or whether they shared them, because every village has quite a few wells, but certainly not one for every house. Wow, this looks nice. Yeah. So this is your window rather than your shutters like we've seen elsewhere. These are the beams for the floor. These might actually be the floorboards, given they're not too thick. That's very likely a floorboard, and that one, so That's what they would have put across these to make the first floor in a building. Unless it's a ceiling, the roof. I don't know. And then the tiles are generally used for the ceiling, aren't the roof, aren't they? So these must be floorboards. That's the first floorboards I've seen. Quite thick, maybe in places we're talking, well, actually not that thick, probably maybe 2 centimeters, maybe an inch almost. It's not really a lot to hold people's weight, I wouldn't have thought. But maybe it's enough, depending on the wood. Oh yeah, there's just a maze of old houses down here, isn't it? Look at that. Ooh. I hope I don't destroy my camera with all this rain. Maybe that's the edge of town. Oh, there's a large well or storage or something. Let's take a look at this. Nicely constructed, circular shape on the edge here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Some outdoor, some little doorway here. So is it for animals? Maybe it's for animals. And I assume that was a curve and went right over it, going by the way the stones are sloped. So that would have been a dome shape, I guess. There are your ceiling tiles. Nice. Roof tiles. Roof tiles. Ceiling tiles. That's what you say when your brain is waterlogged and you're in a hurry, so you don't get drowned. So let's not slip here. I'm always saying, oh, I shouldn't wear sandals, and in the day I'm wearing shoes, I'm slipping. Slipping everywhere. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Again, everybody has their windows pointing out across the valley to get the views. No point living up here if you aren't going to get the views. See the villagers on the other side. Smaller up in there. Some kind of storage. If this is a doorway, it's pretty small, but here we go. Maybe it's a slide door. Again, I think we've got our blue paint. I mean, that could be mold, but I'm assuming it's blue paint because I'm seeing it everywhere. And it doesn't look like mold, it looks more like paint. Here for the views. Wow, that's lovely. I mean, crazy and rainy, but again, realistically, you just got to think about how people were living back then. You know, weather like this would of course been normal. And then, like when the electricity, well, the electricity went out last night in Argostoli and the whole place went black. And I thought, well, imagine these mountain villages, like before the earthquake. I mean, this place would have just been black at night. You know, perhaps a few lanterns, but basically it would have been black. And then, I guess, raining like this, whenever it does, storms, thunder, lightning. You know, pretty tough place to live out in the mountains. I mean, nice and cool when it's hot, but you know, any incidents, you've got a long way to go to get to the capital, or you know, wherever you need to go, wherever the nearest town is, which is pretty far from here. Yeah, just imagine it's night time. It's raining, thunder and lightning. You're sitting in your house here around a candle or a fire. There's no electricity yet in the islands, and you know, you can tell why people are always unhappy when it's raining and stormy around here, because it's a throwback to you know, who knows, landslides, rock falls, you know, people having accidents. So I think I'm behind these houses. I wonder, can I get round to the front? Yeah, let's go this way. Oh, here we go, like a little street or a path. So each of these villages, they've all got a slightly different sort of feel to them. Like this is the most complete looking footpath I've seen, unless it was built later. But almost all of these houses seem to have stairs going up into them. Oh wow, look at this, this is so well preserved. I mean, as usual, I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's some kind of water thing, but water storage. And you can still see that it works. There's water just coming down that little gully into there. And I assume that that's just probably just the soil. So it just seeps into the soil and goes out that way. Also, wow, look at this. An almost perfect oven as well. I mean, fully perfect really. That's crazy. So I guess you heated it up, you probably covered the front, and then there's just this little area here for the air to go in to help the fire burn. But yeah, I guess everybody had these ovens and everybody cooked from them back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I still don't know what that small area at the bottom is for. Maybe it's like just a smaller version for boiling water or something. Still got that beam in place. How is that joined? Just one massive bolt. I can see a metal bolt there. Oh, it's not even a bolt, it's just a metal spike. Wow. I mean, literally, your house is being held up by one massive metal spike in each one of these beams. That's old school engineering there. Wow. I mean, that's very, like, I mean, it can easily just slip off that way, unless they had something on the back here at one point to stop it. It must have been because, you know, any kind of an impact would have just brought that down this way. And look at these massive nails. Are they holding the roof on, or are they holding beams to keep the tiles in place? I don't know. Thankfully it stopped raining, so I've been able to explore a lot more than I thought I was going to be able to earlier, which is awesome. Ooh. Let's see what else we've got. best preserved building of all. Look at the fireplace. Oh wow, that is just immaculate. Oh, we even have the metal there. Look at that. So, there's a metal arch, and you would have put this in front of your arch to... Whoa, a bat!